What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary, and we are back for another Eternal Evolution video. And I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrated, and it was relaxing. I had a great time. Mine was awesome. I'm still playing this game, the hell out of this game. I love it. And when I was away for Thanksgiving, I found that I was able to progress by something I was overlooking, which I'm sure some people out there know, some people don't. Some people might forget to change these things. Before we get into that, if you're just finding me for the first time and you like what you're seeing, or you want to tell me I'm horrible and just mock me every single time, it's fine as well. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and become part of the XMG family. Appreciate you all, so let's jump into it. What I want to talk about here is how the Marsh could be the most important little dungeon for progression. And yes, you need gear. Yes, you need the champions. Yes, you got to be able to skill them up. That's all part of the game. But I have a pretty decent account. Some adjustments were made over the course of the weekend to this team, so you might be able to see that, but we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you something. Unlocking my first mythic commander took my progression in the Terror Dome from 6 to 11. I think it is 6 or 10 in the matter of seconds. And I want to talk about that because commanders are super important. And I always knew what commanders did. You pair them with certain people, you get certain bonuses, blah, 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 blah. But I got tunnel visioned on. I have a mythic commander. They give me more power. The more power I have, the better I do. Not the case, right? So I got the Marsh. Right here, I have a chance to get a mythic 20% chance. I put in a couple refills. I now have 5 mythic commanders. And they've helped my progression more than any piece of gear, more than any champion, maybe besides Taylor. But in the early game, I was stuck on, or when I started, I'm still early game, but when I started, I was like, man, I really need gear. Gear is going to get me more power. I'm going to be able to do more damage. I'm going to be able to survive longer. And all of that is true, and I'm not discounting that. It's not like you're going to not run the dungeons to get your gear. You still should. I still do all of my 9 refreshes every day. More gear is better. But commanders made a phenomenal difference in everything for me. And I am going to jump into the Terror Dome, and I'm going to show you why. Now, I have made progression since then with characters and things like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you in. And this is the team I was running. Nothing different. But what I was doing was I was using Rhoda because she was mythic. And I had I didn't have any of these guys. And I was stuck. I couldn't go anywhere. And what I want to do is I want to show you the difference in commanders. So I had Rhoda, right? And I had all these guys at 20. But I didn't have the right commander for the right job, and it made all the difference in the world. So let's assign Rhoda, and we're going to go in, and we're going to challenge, because, am I in the right one? Let me make sure. Yep, 9. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. So we're going to assign Rhoda, we're going to go in, we're going to challenge, right? And I manually, this is the only dungeon I manually play as of right now because I got to make sure we put Taylor into the circle, which is something I learned from my buddy J Gigs, right? So once his ultimate goes off, we're going to put him in there. And it's just, now this isn't the most important dungeon, but it's a pretty damn useful dungeon, right? All dungeons are important in their own right. Look at dead. 2 guys dead already. We're going to wipe. And this is where I was, but I was on level 6. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is going on? Made some progress in the Marsh, pulled a couple mythics, and I'm like, wait a minute. Do commanders really do that much for you? And the answer is simply yes, they do. They do that much for you. I mean, I have 2 characters left, 1 character, and it's game, set, match, right? Now, Rhoda's a really, really good commander, and I use her all over the place. But she wasn't the right commander for the job, and I want people to understand that. And maybe I'm beating a broken record, and maybe you know this, but it clicked for me, and if it clicked for me this weekend, maybe somebody else isn't thinking the same way. So we go back to level 9, and what we are going to do is we are going to put in Gautier? I don't even know. But he puts out a shield. When a Vanguard or Assassin hero uses a displacement skill, this damage caused by their next skill is increased by 60%, and they gain a shield equal to 30% of their HP for 5 seconds. So we're giving ourselves shield, right? So I'm currently using the Chaos chip. When an allied Vanguard or Assassin hero is affected by shield, the other user shall gain additional 20% attack because of the commander bonus. I was able to switch my chip around, right? But I was using all the same chips and all of that, but that's besides the point. Now we're going to go in, we're going to confirm, and we're going to see how we do. And again, we're going to move Taylor into the circle. But what this does is the shield I'm getting allows me to survive longer. It allows me to burn him down. Alright, so Taylor is up. We're going to put Taylor here. So now he can start cranking up the damage. And he's going to shoot up my damage charts. But again, it's just something I wanted to let everybody know, because if I... Look, we survived the first hit. I had Taylor dead the first time. If this is something that just dawned on me, maybe there's somebody out there that's not doing it right. And I always thought that the Marsh was the least important dungeon. But it not for early game progression. Because now you're going to be able to push yourself further into all of these dungeons to get the better gear, to get the better chips, all of these things, right? And yes, characters matter, but if you have survivability with all of that, so let's put Taylor over here, and it's not even going to matter. Boom. All because of the commander switch. I didn't play any of that differently except for the commander. So after this long video of me rambling on and on and on, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't neglect the Marsh in the early game. Like I said, gear's gonna come. Right? But if you have the right commander for the caves, you're gonna progress further and get that. Don't be afraid to level up the multiple commanders you get. Because even with an epic commander, if you're using the right one, it's worth more than a mythic commander. Commanders are so unbelievably important to your progression in this game, I can't state it enough, and I hope this video showed that. So I just wanted to let you all know how much of an idiot I was. Hopefully you're not making the same mistake I was. But the Marsh in the commander gets you the gear, gets you the chips, gets you to progress. Based off of your team comp, you can mix and match better. So that's all I wanted to let you know. And I will see you all in the next one. Love you very much. I'm out.